America is a failed socialist state. But how can we be a failed socialist state if we did not aspire to socialism? The definition of socialism is variable and contextual. Socialism, in practice, differs from the textbook definition. The textbook definitions generally assert that a socialist state exists when the means of production are controlled by the people. This is a naive and academic definition that has no value. In practice, the means of production in a socialist state are controlled by the government. True socialist states are rare and have varying degrees of success depending upon the discipline and wisdom of the ruling class. For example, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. The usage of the word socialism in contemporary society varies from both the dictionary and historical practice. For many people, the word socialism refers not to collective ownership of resources, but to a social services state that, irrespective of the ownership of resources, the state will provide free or low-cost services not found in a purely free market society. Examples of social services states include Sweden, Denmark, and England. As Americans, we pay taxes to acquire goods and services. We pay taxes to possess goods and real property. And we pay taxes to divest goods and real property. There is not one aspect of existence for which tribute is not owed to one or more jurisdictions. City, county, state, and federal governments all dip their hands into our pockets. In fact, it is impossible to exist without paying taxes. One would be forgiven for thinking that the current tax scheme was designed to restrain prosperity as opposed to the advertised purpose of funding government. The total tax burden of the average citizen in the United States is within 5% of EU countries, but the services provided are nearly non-existent compared to EU countries, yet represent the single largest line item in the federal budget. Go figure. The three pillars of the social services state are education, healthcare, and retirement. College students are bamboozled into accepting crushing debt to obtain worthless degrees in a wage-stagnant economy. PPACA, commonly known as Obamacare, increased healthcare costs exponentially while driving quality of service into the dust. Social Security, our government-mandated retirement, is the saddest of government programs. The income it provides is well below poverty level, but if a person holds a job to make ends meet, then their Social Security income is reduced accordingly. And the unfunded liabilities of government-provided social programs in America are well documented, extending into the $100 trillion range, making many government programs and the federal government itself insolvent. As a social services state, America has failed in spectacular fashion when measured by cost-benefit. You are paying for a social services state, but not getting one. Cue the outrage. I am Mark Jacobin, and you are up to date.